Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacob Restituto. I'm a musician from Northport, New York, and today we're breaking down part of a series of videos where I'm kind of just helping you guys do production. It's going to be like intermediate to beginner style production tips and tricks, and just breaking down the lingo. Also, just teaching you the different effects inside of your recording, your DAW, D-A-W. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy that. As always, you can leave a comment if you have any questions, or you can text me at 1-833-575-0948. 1-833-575-0948 if you wanted that again. And if you want to check out my music, it means a ton to me. It's Jacob Restituto wherever you listen. Alright, so let's talk about tremolo. Tremolo is a very cool and unique instrument effect. And it can be used actually in a couple different ways. It can be used in two different ways. Let me find it first. It's under modulation, under tremolo. It can be used in a mono sort of way, where it's what it's doing. Tremolo, the best way to describe it is a pulsing of signal, pulsing of sound. And what you could do is you could pulse that sound left to right if it's in stereo, so it goes left ear, right ear, left ear, right ear, left ear, right ear. Or you can pulse it in mono, and you can just do volume in and out, in and out, in and out. And that's essentially what tremolo does. So let's listen to the synthesizer right here. This is coming from the Korg mini log right here, but let's take a listen. That's with nothing going on. You can already hear that there's a little bit of movement in that sound. But let's just turn on. What I did is I opened up the plugin and turned it on. Listen. You're gonna hear it actually panning left and right now. You hear it? Now that's in quarter note. Let's go really slow. Let's go quarter. Hear it panning. So it's moving left to right now. That's like what I said. You can move it left to right. You can change the rate, which is how fast you want it to go. So for example, you could do it really fast. You could do based on just how fast, like random numbers, like you want, like hertz. You could also do it based on the time signature and the tempo of your song. So I prefer using it with the tempo of the song, which makes it way easier to work with. Now it's panning left and right at 8th notes, 16th notes. Now that's the rate, the speed at which it's panning back and forth. The depth is how much of the effect you want to apply. Like if I turn the depth out, you can see it changed. Nothing's happening. It sounds exactly the same as if nothing was going on. As I increase the depth, you'll hear the more intensity of it moving. Hear it start to move more and more till it's full. Now, last, we're going to talk about smoothness. So there's usually two types of tremolo. There's like a wave, like I guess it would be like a triangle kind of wave. Definitely not a. It's more like just a wave, or square. Now, square is a lot. So if you look at the wave, it's a little smoother. Curves up, curves down, curves up, curves down. Square, it's in, out, and it's a hard. So let's listen to the difference. So this is smooth. This is with the smoothest fully up. That's more of like the wave style. This is square. See, which is cutting left, right, and obviously you can change its tempo. You can now adjust the smoothest, but it's still panning left and right. Now the last thing I want to talk about, so that's stereo tremolo. The last thing I want to talk about is a mono tremolo. Now we could put this effect in mono, or you can just go to just a phase and make the phase 0. Now, did you see what just happened? We went from, if we would go back to the phase at 180, there, left, right. As one's up, the other's down. Now we're going to go make it 0, and now they're matching. Now watch what's going to happen. So it's going to, instead of panning left to right, it's going to pan in and out, like the volume. See how you can only hear it now every other? In half notes. Now we're going to go chord notes. 8th notes. Now you're starting to get that pulsing kind of like synth sound. 16th. Now you kind of get that pulsing synth where it's still, you can still a little hear the original sound. We're going to do this smoother. So that's essentially the basics of tremolo. A couple instances where you could use tremolo in a unique setting is on vocals. If you want to add a little, something I very often do, especially in chorus vocals, is I'll add a little, and I'm talking a little, I'm talking depth at like, 30 maybe lower, maybe somewhere between 20 and 40 in that general layer, not like that. And what that'll do is that'll give it just a little bit of movement to the vocals, either left or right, but more often than not, I'll actually keep it with the phase 0, and I want to actually pulsing it out, because what I'll do is I like to add a little extra movement to the song, and when it's pulsing, say for a chord note kind of thing, and you have a kick drum going, like this is a slower song, but on a fast song, the chord note 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, like that. And you have your vocals kind of panning, if it's like either chord note 1 with it, or half note 1, 2, 3, like just like that. It kind of gives a little bit of movement where your vocals are getting louder and quieter subtly in the mix, and it just gives a little extra movement. And what that does is it creates this pulsing sound, kind of pulsing vibe, where you want to nod your head to the song a little bit more. So for example, I definitely know that my song Without You has it. I think like Please Come Home and like even like How You're Feeling, those might have it. I would Quarantine Anytime, I think pans left and right, but it just adds a little extra movement. Similar to synths and stuff, you could add just, if you don't want to add it as an effect, you could add it just a little bit as more of like a flavor. Like I said, where if you wanted to just pulse just a little, just add a little bit of movement to the song. Last place you could use it is a bass. If you have like a bass going on and it's battling with the kick because they're such low frequencies, both of them, you can add a little bit of tremolo. Slight, if you to taste and to sound, test it out. It might not work, depends on the song. But you could add a little bit of tremolo so that it pulses when the kick hits, and then it comes back in. It's almost as it's like adding a side chain, which I'm going to talk about in a different video. But I hope you guys found that useful, and come back for the next tutorial. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that. As always, you could text me 1-833-575-0948. If you have any questions, you could also leave a comment below. It'd mean a ton to me if you want to check out my music. It's Jacob Restituto, wherever you listen. And I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Let me know below if you like I said, if you have any questions or if you want to see anything specific, just let me know. I'd love to see it. I'll see you guys next time. God bless and peace out. What is normal life?